Hey guys, Marcin here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so, as most of you know, if you saw my posts on Twitter or in the Discord or even in Minato's stream for the anniversary stream earlier today, even though I had decided I also was going to stream a watch along of the anniversary stream and then try and get the news and info posted as quickly as possible, I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning my time when I'd set an alarm to find out that my entire area had been the victim of a power cut probably about half an hour before that, and that the estimated time that it would be fixed was not for like 5 hours or something. So I did watch the stream along with Minato. People like Truth and Goresh were in the chat, so I did get to see all of the information firsthand and everything. So I want to post it all here for you guys, for those of you who haven't seen, just to give a recap of it all and obviously to give my thoughts and opinions on everything. So obviously yesterday when we got the teaser trailers for the Broly and GOGETA, we obviously got some sneak previews of the animations. So I did use a face cam so I could get my initial reactions on video. I did get some comments from people saying that they did prefer that sort of style, right, if we're seeing animations for the first time. But obviously I didn't want to do it here for this one because I've seen the animations already, so I didn't want to do some kind of like pretend like this is my first reaction type thing. So when it comes to the animations, I'm just going to let them play and then we're going to talk about them afterwards. So this is the one they posted for the Extreme, so obviously Broly, but we did get to see the side banner unit for Broly is going to be a Golden Frieza. So we get to see his animations as well. So just going to let those play out and yeah, here we go. So yeah, there you go. Golden Frieza and Broly's animations, both very, very, I mean, Golden Frieza, I'm actually genuinely surprised. Like for a side banner unit, they really put a lot of detail into his animations. This part of the finger beam thing, like that close up and everything, that looks super, super good for Golden Frieza. Because I believe in terms of like the reference, right, this is him about to shoot the beam at the ship that's flying away at the end, right? And then he gets his wrist grabbed by GOGETA. So very, very cool. And then, of course, Broly's animations. I mean, these are just incredible. Like this transformation, this is his intro. Obviously, we're going to go through the unit kits and everything. So I suppose if you haven't seen any info about the unit, you won't necessarily know which animations are which. But he has the intro animation. Then, of course, this is his 12 key super, where I love that this is, especially this last bit, right, where he's just like pummeling him into the wall. So this is, of course, when he was absolutely just beating down on Frieza while Goku and Vegeta went to fuse. And then this is the 18 key super. Lots of crazy like key balls and explosions and whipping energy beams everywhere. Like, this just looks so crazy, flipping around all over the place. Super good quality, like close-ups and stuff. And then, yeah, nice big key drive sort of thing at the end. Then we have his transformation into full power. Again, really awesome close-up. Part of his transformation also activates his domain. So you can see here, this is the transformation. The background changes, transforms into full power, and then they show you in-game, once you transform with him, that activates his domain, which is the Shatter Dimension. And obviously, we'll go over the details of what that does here in a moment. And then this is his 12 key super. So we start off with some combo action, smashing them into the wall of the dimension. And then we have the big old mouth Godzilla laser, which is an AoE. So very interesting that he has an AoE. We'll talk about it because it's obviously after he transforms. Not really many events unless they plan to release one where you're fighting multiple enemies, like multiple phases into the fight. But still very interesting that it's an ability that he has. And then, yeah, this 18 key super, like that big punch, so good. And then we have the big final huge beam here. And it includes, they don't often show that on these, but it includes the KO screen. So if you KO the enemy with his super attack, it actually shatters the dimension as part of like the KO, which is awesome. So those are Broly's animations. And let's go ahead and look at Gogeta's here.
俺にどこまでついてこれるかな。
Okay, so those are Gogeta's animations. I think they are absolutely incredible. One of the things that I saw people saying once we found out that the Gogeta was going to be a carnival LR, I saw a lot of people having doubts about how good his animations and stuff would be. But yeah, I think they are absolutely insane, right? So if we play them again from the beginning here, Gogeta obviously doesn't have an intro. So this is just his 12 key super attack from the start. Just a nice little dashing around combo. I like that he has all the upside down kicks. Obviously, Vegito is very much known for like the one-legged like kicking combo from against Boo. And then yeah, I do like the Gogeta with the upside down. But yeah, we've got the nice little hand, the hand pose, the elbow, the kick, and then of course the basically shot for shot movie quality Stardust fall as the 18 key super. So that is super good. I always thought the one from the AGL one looked really good anyway, and this is just kind of like an upscaled version of that, right? And then of course this is his transformation animation. This is really, really cool as well. Just the quality. I've always loved the blue transformation. We have like the blue shattering like particles, and then this is his super attack counter. So good. Well, that's one of the animations that people were really hoping that he would have. So yes, he does have a counter to super attacks. Obviously, again, we're going to cover all their kits here in a moment, but it is for key blast supers, so that is really good. And then the 12 key super here. This combo, that ending to that combo is just so good. And then the way the ground explodes and everything, like, damn. And then, yeah, the 18 key. Oh, wait, no, this is the... This is his taunt ability that he does first, right? So this is his special mechanic, the new anniversary mechanic, right? So he kicks him off into the mountain, and then we get the vest pose. And this is his active skill that has the new target ability. So you can see we go back to the game, we get this thing come up here. Then when the enemy goes to attack for the first time, it shows this ability, and every single attack on the rotation will be directed at Gogeta. And then this is his 18 key super, which is a Dokkan original. I don't know, does he even make that pose at the beginning at all? Is that original as well? But what I really like about this is he basically knocks them into the shatter dimension. Then we get this awesome thing where he combines the 2 key into this crazy like whatever this is, the Gallic Kamehameha, whatever people were calling it, and basically at the same time that then like just blows them straight back out of the shatter dimension, which is super awesome. So their animations are fantastic. I think it's pretty obvious that they are the best animations in the game. I don't know if anyone would disagree with that, but they look absolutely insane. Really excited to see these like in game and everything as well. But let's go ahead and jump over and talk about their kits now. So this is the details for Gogeta. Shout out to the Dokkan wiki on Twitter, as well as Goresh, obviously, for posting the translations as soon as possible once the stream was over. JP, the official Twitter, did actually tweet out the stuff pretty much right after the live stream. But with how big these guys' kits are, you can go see like the screenshots that they posted. They're so small. But yeah, obviously Goresh saw all the information live during the stream. I was live translating little bits and pieces of it. But this is Gogeta's kit. So Gogeta, Carnival LR, they actually did it, right? I said that they probably wouldn't give him a category as crazy as this, but yes, he has movie heroes as his leader skill. So full 200% attack and defense and 3 key to all movie heroes characters. This probably immediately has an argument for being the best team in the game. You know, it has Orange Piccolo on it. Movie Heroes has been one of the strongest categories in the game at various points, constantly getting buffs. And yeah, this is just actually crazy, right? That every single unit will be getting that 200%. This will be an absolutely ridiculous team. Gogeta links well with units like Physical God Goku, who's still a top TUR and is on Movie Heroes. So definitely going to be an absolutely insane team. So his super attack effects, he greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, does colossal damage on his 12 key. This is obviously Super Saiyan Gogeta, of course. His ultra super is raises defense, infinite stack, greatly raises attack for 1 turn, and does mega colossal damage to the enemy. So obviously you're going to want to get his 18 key super every time he appears whilst he is pre-transformed, so you can get those stacks, because of course the extra defense that you're getting from that will carry over after he has transformed. So his passive skill, Gogeta's Light, key +2, attack and defense 154%, attacks effective against all types, additional attack and defense 100% when performing a super. He guards all attacks for 3 turns from the start of the turn, so that's very good. Key +1 per type key sphere obtained, and key +2 per rainbow key sphere obtained. So rainbow orbs will be giving him 3, other orbs will be giving him 2, except obviously physical, which will give him 3 as well, because it's +1. He randomly changes key spheres of a certain type other than physical to rainbow, and then he launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super, as well as launching a guaranteed additional super if you pick up 1 rainbow orb, and he is an orb changer. So that extra super is basically free. Like him, you're going to have to get such a bad luck RNG turn for him to be creating rainbow orbs, and then you can't get 1 rainbow orb for him. And the fact that he's physical and doesn't change physical orbs is not only good for him, but it's also really good for the combo of him with God Goku. Because by creating rainbow orbs, it's going to be easier to make those pathways to get God Goku 6 orbs. And he's not going to be changing the physical orbs that God Goku creates with his passive as well. So these two together are going to be absolutely crazy. And then his transformation can be activated starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle. I thought... when we mentioned it on stream, Goresh said from his first appearance. So I'm not sure if it is 4th turn from the start of battle. I'd have to double check Goresh's ones now, because I have got Goresh's ones pulled up here, but he made it in such a huge thing. I mean, I wasn't going to put this up on the screen so you guys, can't read it. But his one does say from first appearance. So I would go with Goresh's translations, which means if Gogeta's in slot 7, so his first turn is turn 3, he's not going to be able to transform until turn 7, which is unfortunate. But yeah, it's a shame that they did it that way instead of just 4th turn from start of battle. But again, I'll go by Goresh's translations. If it is start of battle, that just makes Gogeta even better. But yeah. So Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Prepared for Battle, Over in a Flash, Fused Fighter, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power are his links. Fantastic link set. The fact that he has Over in a Flash and Prepared for Battle is super good. And then categories, obviously Fusion, Realm of Gods, Transformation Boost, Movie Heroes, Super Saiyans, Final Trump Card, Powerful Comeback, Time Limit, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, Fused Fighters, and Super Heroes. So yeah, definitely looking very, very good. And then once he transforms into Blue Gogeta, his 12 key is the Meteor Strike, or God Meteor Strike. Greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn, do colossal damage to the enemy. Then his Ultra Super, and this is just crazy, massively raises attack for 4 turns and causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. So massively raise is 100%, and it's for 4 turns, which means that buff that he gets from his 18 key super will carry over to his next appearance. And that's going to be important when we go over his active skill. Like on his first appearance when he transforms, he's obviously going to do big damage. Then when he appears again, he's keeping that buff that he got from the previous massively raise and then massively raising again, as long as you're getting the 18 key super again. So that's pretty crazy. His passive recovers 54% HP for 4 turns upon every attacking turn. So when he transforms, you're going to get 54% HP. Then on his next appearance, you're going to recover 54% HP, which is pretty wild. Key +3 attack and defense 200%. Attacks effective against all types. Additional attack and defense 100% when performing a super. Key +2 per key sphere obtained, just for all now. Randomly changes 1 key sphere of a certain type physical excluded to rainbow, then launches an additional super attack when attacking, so he just gets an additional super, launches another additional super attack with 1 or more rainbow key sphere obtained, which again should basically be free, so he's going to be doing 2 additional supers every turn, pretty much guaranteed. He has a great chance to dodge, so 70% chance to dodge. Then he has a chance to perform a critical hit 20% with each attack evaded. It doesn't seem to mention a maximum, so once he's dodged 5 attacks, he just has a 100% chance to crit. Great chance of nullifying Ki Blast super attacks and countering with tremendous power. So 70% chance to counter a super. We haven't seen that since Tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So that's pretty crazy. And then his active skill, massively raises attack temporarily, does ultimate damage to the enemy, and within the turn activated, redirects all attacks to the character and evades them. So that's the active skill ability that we saw with the new target mechanic. Every attack on the turn is then directed at Gogeta, and he has a 100% chance to dodge. So that is incredibly powerful. On the turn that you use his active skill, he's probably the best unit in the game, because his active skill can be activated from the next attacking turn. So he transforms into Super Saiyan Blue, he has a 70% chance to dodge, you do his 18 key super, so he massively raises attack for 4 turns. Then when he appears on his next rotation, he still has that massively raise buff, and then you do his active skill, which massively raises his attack again, temporarily, to do ultimate damage to the enemy. So It's very possible that that is going to be the hardest hitting active skill in the game, especially with support and stuff like that on the rotation, as long as you got the 18 key super on the previous turn, which, considering once he transforms, he gets 2 extra key per key sphere obtained and is a rainbow orb changer. It's pretty unlikely that you're not going to get his 18 key super every single time. So basically for his links, Golden Warrior changes to Warrior Gods, and that's the only major difference. But yes, he seems absolutely cracked. It is definitely very possible, you know, without even seeing him in game and seeing the numbers just from reading all of this stuff, it's very possible that he's just straight up the new best unit in the game. But obviously we'll have to wait and see what he does exactly, and like when we actually see him, of course, in the game. But let's go ahead and go through Broly's kit here now as well. Okay, so Dokkan Fest exclusive LR Broly. So super bosses, transformation boost or full power, category 3 key, HP attack and defense 170, plus an additional HP attack and defense 30% for characters who also belong to exploding rage or movie bosses. So I feel like this worked out really, really well as a leader skill for him, because super bosses, you know, people kind of not super impressed with the category, but we talked about in the leader skill speculation video that I did that we really want him to be paired up with a lot of other better, you know, villain characters. Movie bosses would have been a good way to do that for one of the 170s, but straight up giving him transformation boost and then full power, that means that he covers so many extreme characters. And then exploding rage, not the biggest category, especially when it comes to extreme, but then having movie bosses as the extra plus 30 as well, means that any characters that are on transformation boost or full power and movie bosses are going to be on that 200% lead. And then of course there aren't really any characters like him, of course, that are on super bosses and movie bosses. I guess we'll see if the part 2 LR is indeed going to be like a Cell Max or something like that. But yeah, his team definitely has the potential to be very, very good. Looking forward to seeing what kind of builds we can come up with for that. So his super attack, this is of course again Super Saiyan Broly, right? Gigantic impact, infinitely stacks attack, raises defense for 1 turn and does colossal damage to the enemy. Then his 18 key super, the Massive Blaster, greatly raises attack as an infinite stack, greatly raises defense for 4 turns and does mega colossal damage to the enemy. So good defense raise on the 18 key, which will carry over to his next appearance. Obviously he's raising defense for 1 turn with each of his super attacks as well. So if he gets additionals, that's just going to be jumping up and up. And then of course on the second turn, he's going to start off with the defense greatly raised that he got from the previous turn's 18 key super. Then he's going to do another 18 key super and greatly raise defense again. So that's looking very good straight away. He has the entrance animation, which obviously we saw, which has no restriction. That gives him key plus 5, attack and defense 100%, and launches a guaranteed additional super attack for 4 turns. Then his base kit, attack and defense 150%, guards all attacks, so he just has guaranteed guard all the time in his Super Saiyan form. Key plus 1 per key sphere obtained, additional attack 50% when performing a super. He gets an additional 50% defense if it is an ultra super, so on 18 key he gets 50% defense as well as 50% attack. Then he gets 2 key and launches an additional super attack as the first or second attacker in the turn, 6 key and an additional super attack, and a high chance of launching another additional super attack as the third attacker in the turn. So that's pretty crazy when you think about the fact that he's always going to be guarding. It means if you get one of those situations where you get like double Broly on turn 1, it's not going to be the worst thing in the world, because the one in slot 3, not only are you still carrying over that stack from his 18 key super and his intro for 4 turns, which means he'll have it when he comes back on turn 4, but he's also getting the potential to do extra attacks in slot 3 as well. So definitely very, very strong. He seems, finally, right, we have a Broly that looks very good defensively. Now, the very first attack he ever has to take on turn 1, where he won't have gotten any of his defense raises or anything, might be a bit of an issue, but he does have guard to soften that blow, right? So he seems very, very good defensively, has the ability to do a bunch of extra attacks as well. I mean, you're getting a guaranteed additional if he's in slot 1 or 2. So even at 55%, he has level 5 additional. You could be getting those triple super turns, right? Then his active skill is his transformation into full power. It transforms, creates the domain different dimension of space, and raises extreme class allies key by 4 for 4 turns. Can be activated from the 5th turn from the start of the turn. So then he transforms. His link skills are Prodigy, Super Saiyan, Berserker, Shocking Speed, Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. Sadly, no big bad bosses. I know we were all desperately hoping they might finally give a Broly big bad bosses, but they didn't. And then categories, he's on Movie Bosses, Pure Saiyans, Full Power, Transformation Boost, Super Saiyans, Exploding Rage, Miraculous Awakening, Gifted Warriors, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, and Super Bosses. And then once he transforms into the Full Power Broly, his 12 key super, the Awakening Tempest, raises attack and defense for 1 turn, does colossal damage to all enemies. His 18 key super, greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, and does mega colossal damage to the enemy. His passive is key plus 6, attack and defense 300%, still has guaranteed guard, key 1 per key sphere obtained, while different dimension space domain is active, reduces damage received by 26% before attacking. So he's got guard and 26% damage reduction in slot 1, or against AoEs if he's not in slot 1. Additional attack 50% when attacking, additional 50% defense when receiving an attack, so he gets hit for the first time and then gets a big buff. Launches an additional super when attacking, chance to crit 26% when performing a super attack, launches another additional super attack, and chance of performing a crit 26% when performing an ultra super. So if he's ultra supering, he has a 52% chance to crit, like built in, as well as doing another additional super. Pretty crazy. And then launches another additional super when key is 24. So he has the potential to super many, many times. He's greatly raising attack and defense on the 18 key and then raising attack and defense on the 12 key. So that's really good. The actual domain ability itself, so to clarify, when he transforms, this key plus 4 for all extreme allies for 4 turns, that's part of his transformation. That's not part of the domain, right? And it's from start of 5th turn from his first turn, which is kind of bad, unfortunately, because if he's on turn 1, then obviously he can't transform until turn 5. If he's on turn 2, it'll be turn 6, and if he's in slot 3, it won't be until turn 7, which is unfortunate. But obviously you can float him off to kind of get around. But I mean, untransformed, he's still going to be super good, but this is a little bit unfortunate. And it is kind of what we said about him having an AoE, is that you're not going to be getting this AoE until like turn 5 at the earliest, which is interesting for his 12 key super. But the domain itself, so remember the 4 key is a buff just from Broly to the extreme allies. The domain itself is extreme class allies and enemies, attack and defense 10%. Then an additional attack and defense 10% if they also belong to Exploding Rage or Movie Bosses. So really, really good. And then super class allies and enemies damage received plus 10%. And we know, of course, we are getting new difficult content against super class enemies as part of the anniversary. So this is obviously going to be a very, very powerful ability for that event. So his links don't change. So there you go, that is AGL Broly. He seems absolutely insane, very, very powerful defensively, can spit out tons of additional super attacks, has the guard. Once he transforms, I feel like he's almost invincible, right, potentially. He's just going to be absolutely ridiculous. The only downside for him is the transformation being as late as it is. But the domain is ridiculous, right? So you're going to be using it pretty much in like the final stages of a fight, and that domain is going to be super useful and super powerful. He just seems absolutely ridiculous. So let me know what you guys think down below of both GOGETA and Broly. Are you excited to summon for them if you're on JP? Are you excited as well even if you're on global? I know it really sucks that we're going to have to wait until July for these units because the animations are incredible, the kits are incredible. The data download is, I think, not going to be until the early hours of tomorrow morning, but just like I did with the STR UI Goku EZA, I will try and get on the private server and get the showcases for them out as quickly as possible, because I absolutely cannot wait to use these guys in the game and see how well they perform. So let me know all your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. Did you watch the live stream? Did you find out the info a little bit later, or is this your first time seeing any of it by checking out my video? Which, if that's true, I do appreciate you guys. Yeah, let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.